Have you ever woken your child up in the middle of the night to prevent bedwetting, only to find out that they still woke up with a wet bed anyway? You're not alone. What if I told you that waking them up isn't helping them, it's actually making it worse? I used to wake my daughter up at night thinking it would keep her dry. It didn't. Instead, it made both of us cranky, exhausted, still waking up, needed to change the sheets and doing laundry. I see parents struggle with this every day. They follow the advice they've been given. Wake your child up every 3 hours. Restrict fluids at night. Try medications to dry out the bladder. Put an alarm on to wake them up. But night after night, they're still dealing with the same issue. Here's why. Bedwetting isn't about your child waking up to pee. It's about the body being in fight or flight because of how the brain and nervous system are working during sleep. If your child is mouth breathing at night when they sleep, their body is constantly in fight or flight. The brain is supposed to signal the bladder when it's full to wake you up. But when you're in fight or flight, the brain tells the body get rid of anything you don't need. So it tells the bladder to void even when it's not full. So it doesn't wake the child up at night. Sleep disordered breathing, poor sleep, breathing through your mouth, ADHD are all connected. Your sympathetic nervous system is activated. The brain is in survival mode, just trying to keep the child alive. That's why they're tossing and turning. The sheets are all messed up. The pillows are on the floor. They're having night terrors. This is what fight or flight is about. It creates fragmented sleep. Might not wake up, but when the body's in survival mode, it tells the bladder to void. Here's the kicker. The whole body is in survival mode. No matter how many times you wake them up in the middle of the night, it's not going to make a difference because their body's not functioning the way it's supposed to. And now you're still waking them up and they're getting even more fragmented sleep. So they're going to be sleep deprived. They're getting 18% less oxygen. They're using 40% of their water. It increases their cortisol and increases their blood pressure, especially when you're waking up. So instead of waking them up at night, start focusing on improving sleep quality, nasal breathing, a sleep routine. I was told my daughter would outgrow it, but it grew into a frustrating issue for everyone in the house. She didn't want to spend the night. She was embarrassed. She was ashamed. And I was heartbroken that I didn't know how to help her. Here's 3 things that I recommend in nasal hygiene. Putting a warm cloth on the nose, blowing the nose before you go to bed, seeing how they can breathe. If they can breathe out of their nose, then you know that that's not the issue. If you're having interrupted sleep, start with what's happening with the nose. Are they breathing through their mouth or their nose? So we want to look at red flags. Try filming your child about 2 hours after they go to sleep to see, are they breathing with their mouth open? If they are, then we need to figure out what is causing that. Is it because they can't breathe? Is it because their muscles are weak? Is it because of their bladder? The tongue should work separate from all the other muscles. And do they have enough room for their tongue? Is it a structural issue? Is it a functional issue? Is it a bladder issue? What is the actual root cause of what is going on with bedwetting? And we can teach our child to learn to listen to their body because a lot of times they don't know what's going on. So if they can't focus, they have sensitivity, they're crying, it's usually because they're not sleeping. So we can do myofunctional therapy, that's neuromuscular retraining of the brain to help these muscles function properly, or see a body worker to help release all that fascia that's really, really tight. We really need to address this issue before the age of 6 so we can get that tongue on the roof of the mouth and help them grow and develop. If you're breathing through your mouth, it changes how you grow and develop. You tend to have a retrognathic look instead of this nice chin line, especially if they have allergies or allergic to dust, dairy, dander. If they've been diagnosed with ADHD, but you haven't had their sleep checked, let's look at what's going on with their sleep. They can have a sleep study done. We can see if they're having difficulty breathing. Are their adenoids swollen? Are their tonsils swollen? What is going on? If you wait till they're 7 or 8, they've had 80% of their growth and development. There's a lot of things that we can look at. It's not a one-size-fits-all fix, but we have to keep going. Doing the same thing and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. I was insane for a while. Let's look at how their tongue muscles are functioning, how they're walking, what their body position is, what their posture is, and the reason behind bedwetting and what's going on with why they're not able to sleep. It may have nothing to do with their bladder at all. If I can help you, click the link below and schedule a free discovery call with me. There are other ways that you can work with me. You can watch more of my videos. It's all in the links below. You're not in this alone. There is something that you can do. There's a video series if you haven't watched them all to see how this is all connected. We're on this journey together. As always, thanks for watching. Share if this was helpful. Have a great day.